Assalamu alaikum. It is I am here. I promised that I would come live today and we were going to talk about the quarantine 15. I have a very weird wall ceiling connection thing behind me. I don't know why. I don't know. I have to come up with a way to make it look. That's actually literally the corner of my studio. I don't know why it's coming together in such a weird way. So, Quarantine 15. Who has it? Have you heard of it? Has it snuck up on you and you're like, I don't know what this is? Quarantine 15. Quarantine 15 apparently is people gaining weight during quarantine. We know that this is totally real because even before Ramadan, quarantine started. I think, what are we in, week 8? I think I started self-quarantining round about the beginning of March. I think the second week in March. And yes, because we started to self-quarantine or recommended quarantine, whatever they called it, before the governor actually said, stay in your house, don't go out except for if it's essential. And I remember the national state of emergency was declared on my birthday. So I will always remember it being March 13th because that was when a national state of emergency was declared. And it's when the White House started taking it seriously, basically. But we were doing quarantine before that, probably a week before. So that makes this week maybe 9, right? Walaikum salam, Camila. We are talking about quarantine 15, gaining weight during Ramadan and quarantine. Has Ramadan, do you know what? Have you gained weight since quarantine? If you did quarantine, I think everybody in the world at some point did or is. And how much? I would be interested in knowing. So last year, we did a survey, and I did kind of an unofficial survey, and not a scientific one, where I sent out a survey and I asked people, did they lose weight during Ramadan? And the survey showed that about a third of the people actually lost weight. Then I sent the survey out again for people to ask them if they maintained their weight loss. And hardly no one maintained their weight loss. So the weight loss that people tend to have in Ramadan is very temporary, mainly because after Ramadan, people go back to eating the way that they were eating. And so the weight comes back. Quarantine has made it very difficult for a lot of people because sometimes the gym was the saving grace and just to allow you to maintain where you are. But now the gyms are closed and it's difficult for a lot of people to find the motivation, the space, the time to actually get a workout in. Even though there are lots of trainers, so I don't do live workouts. I feel like it's redundant because there are umpteen places that you're going to find on the internet that can lead you through a live workout. And so I choose not to do them. But people are still gaining weight because watching somebody else work out doesn't mean you're working out. And it's no accountability, right? So the main thing, so I always say this about being a health coach, is my main job is to hold people accountable, because half of the stuff that I am helping people achieve, they have an idea of, yeah, I should be doing this, right? When I tell people, hey, eat vegetables every day, they're like, yeah, I know, but I don't. Drink water, yeah, I know, but I don't. Work out, yeah, I know, but I don't, right? It's the accountability that makes the difference. So even though there are all of these free apps now, trainers offering things online for free, because people are not getting the one-on-one accountability, or even within a group, like somebody expecting you to show up for class, then it's really hard for people to stay consistent. What's going to get you to stay consistent if you actually join something where the trainer, the coach is going to hold you accountable for showing up? So that is one of the first tips. The second tips is people have to get out of their mind. And I say that with no ulterior motive. Like I said, I'm not offering live online exercise classes. I choose not to. I have other stuff that I'm doing in my business. So I say that with no ulterior motive of telling you to, do an exercise program with me. That's not what my goal is. But my goal is to encourage you to find a program with a trainer that is going to actually have some personal contact with you and hold you accountable. If you're having a hard time, if you've told yourself that you're going to work out 5 days a week and you're barely getting up on 2, and you're trying to figure out where you can do it so, the kids are not there, or if you have enough time, or find somebody that's going to help you navigate through all of that if the exercise portion is your issue. Excuse me. The second thing to avoid the quarantine 15 is don't buy the junk in the house, period. If you are only going to the store a couple of times a month and you're buying food so that you can avoid going to the store to be exposed, if the food is not available in your house, then you're not going to go to the store. If the food is not available in your house, then you're not going to eat it. So stop buying the junk food. Just don't buy it so that you don't have access to it, right? So like the other day, my husband was like, oh, I really want a pineapple upside down cake. Can you make a pineapple upside down cake? Nope, because I have no stuff in the house to make a pineapple upside down cake. And he was not going to the store. So we did not have a pineapple upside down cake. So Camila said, what's your secret to not aging? Because you're doing a great job. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. Having melanin? No. I don't know. I think that it's just part genetic, part alhamdulillah, but the blessing that Allah has given. I don't know. I don't do anything fancy with my skin or any extreme skin thing. I wash with oil of Olay. I use a toner. I use some vitamin C serum and some face cream, and that's it. So, but I do think that it makes a difference when you are drinking water, when you are eating lots of fruits and vegetables. Even though I don't eat fruits, I eat vegetables. Because I eat low carb, so I don't eat fruit. Is it okay to take a nap during Ramadan? Of course it's okay to take a nap during Ramadan. It's actually okay to take a nap outside of Ramadan, as it was the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ that he would nap at dhuhr time, even outside of Ramadan. So I hope that answers your question, Kenneth. Amrit said, you are inspiration. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Thank you, Camila. So I was talking about quarantine 15, but if you have another question, you can, shout it out. I'm going to be here for about 10 more minutes. All right. So make sure that you can keep up with your exercise. How you keep up is finding somebody that is going to hold you accountable, actually doing a program with a live trainer, not just following an app or a YouTube channel or something like that. Somebody that's going to say, hey, where are you? Hey, we had an appointment. Accountability is key. Second thing is don't buy junk for your house. Most people are actually cooking at home now because of the quarantine. We can't eat out at restaurants, and it's more expensive if you're ordering like Uber Eats or something like that because you got to pay for the delivery. And so a lot of people are really making their own food. This is a great time for you to focus on the nutrient value of your foods. Really important. Not only is it a great time conveniently, but it's an essential time because we're all trying to avoid not getting sick. And the best way to do that is making sure that your body has an abundance of immune supporting nutrients and you're eating things that's going to give you really good gut health. Gut health is absolutely essential when it comes to your immune system because 70% of our immune system is actually in our gut. Your gut meaning your stomach, your intestines. Those are the places that actually keep your immune system strong. It's an entire universe that is balanced between good and bad bacteria during that time. Kevin says doing yoga is a good exercise in Ramadan and also other times. If yoga is your thing, go for it. You can do yoga, yes. If yoga is your thing. Yoga is not my thing. I can do yoga. I have a yoga certification, but it is not my personal first choice. What foods do you recommend? Recommend for... So food recommendations are always based on where you are in your fitness goal, in your goals, what your health is like. But as a general recommendation, very simple, eat lots of dark leafy greens, drink half your body weight in water every day, eat protein because that is going to boost your metabolism. It is going to keep you full longer. So if we're talking for this particular live about weight loss in general, then that is going to keep you full longer. Okay, Kenneth said that is for your gut. What foods do you recommend for your gut? Things that are fermented, sauerkraut, kimchi, probiotics that is contained in things like Greek yogurt. Those are the things that keeps your gut healthy. Bone broth that has collagen in it. Those are the things that make your gut happy. So that is what I would recommend in general for gut health. In our efforts, so the other thing that is also is really important about avoiding weight gain is not worrying so much. Now, there's a natural amount of anxiety and stress that's going to happen with everything that's going on in the world, right? So I'm not going to be delusional and say, oh, everything is going to be okay and you should just trust God. And, you know, if worrying is really means that you're not trusting God, no. You can trust God and still be concerned. So when you think of everything that's going on outside of your control, the best way for you to bring yourself back is to do things that are in your control. So that's one of the reasons why I know for me that I focus on physical activity. When nothing else is going right in my life, everything is haywire, I know what I can control is me getting up and moving. I know what I can control is what I'm putting inside of my mouth, right? Knowing that you can control it, intentionally controlling it, is actually a form of empowerment. It's going to make you feel better and more confident about everything else, right? So when you are stressed It's not just about the physiological benefits of, hey, going for a run or a walk or doing a workout is going to make you feel better because it's going to increase your endorphins. It's going to do this to your body. It's going to do that to your body. The physiological benefits is only one aspect of it. The ripple effect and the mental health abilities is what helps you be able to manage life better, right? So when you intentionally go do a workout, intentionally take a walk, and when I say go do a workout, I don't mean like, oh yeah, you need to get up and go work out for an hour. Really, like, intentionally just get up and go for a walk. And you know that I made this conscious decision to do something that is good for my body, right? That's empowering. That is going to ripple down to, hey, what other things do I have control over in my life? And it's going to prevent you from worrying about the things that that you don't have control over, right? So there's a lot going on now that we can't control. We are trying to avoid a virus that's even too small for the human eye to see. And we don't have control over that. But what we do have control over is intentionally washing our hands, intentionally wiping things down, right? Doing things that you do have control over gives you some type of calm and some type of feeling of security against the things that you don't have control over. So keeping your mental health out of a state of chaos is absolutely essential, because the other thing is that when you have exacerbated sense of fear and anxiety, your immune system drops. So you can eat healthy stuff and you can have the kimchi and the cooked greens and drink the water, and then your immune system will still drop and suck. And then you'll get sick anyway. So mental health is absolutely essential. And lastly, thing I'm going to mention, try to sleep, right? Sleep is important. I know you don't have nothing to do tomorrow and you can sleep all day. And so that may be tempting for you to say, well, you know what? I'm going to stay up until 2 a.m. and watch this movie. Don't do that. Sleep at night, wake up during the morning time. Get yourself a full 7 to 9 hours every night, because that too keeps your immune system strong. Right? When people don't get enough sleep, it's not a buildup over 2 weeks, over a month, over a year. Literally the very next day, the immune system drops. So sleep is absolutely essential. So with those habits, you can hopefully, if you have gained the quarantine 15, you can stop it in its track. And you can start reversing the weight loss. So those are my tips for today. Thank you for joining me. Share this video if you know somebody that's been complaining about the quarantine 15. All right. Talk to you later. Assalamu alaikum.